Am I the asshole for sending my sister in the hospital on purpose? Before starting, this is a throwaway because my sister follows my main. English is not my first language, so I make small grammar mistakes. To start off, I, 20 female, want to say my sister, 34, is extremely allergic to shrimp. If the shrimp has touched anything and then my sister touches it, she gets an allergic episode on her skin being red and itchy, but it stops after a while. One more thing, my sister and mom, 60, don't understand the concept of privacy slash asking for permission, so they eat most of the times each other's or my stuff. Yes, I live with my family while I try and save up to move out in the future. Save it. I don't want to hear comments calling me a loser or move out already. Now for the story. The other day I had made pasta with shrimp, specifically for one plate for me since I know no one eats it. I ate all the shrimp included and I left some leftover pasta on the counter table, but I cover it up on the top with another plate and hope I find it later to eat it. I don't think much of it and went about my day. I left house for my French lessons. That day, my sister had told me she wouldn't come home because she was spending the day with her friend, so I didn't tell anyone about it. When I came back, I was welcomed with lots of swearing slash curses by my mom because my sister ate the pasta and her episode started, so she had rushed her to the hospital. After a lot of fighting, she calmed down and said it's my fault. Thank God my sister is fine. I just don't understand how this is my fault because I have asked some of my friends and they tell me I fucked up for real. Am I the asshole for sending my sister to the hospital? A small edit because I saw comments. That day I was making the pasta. My sister had said she wouldn't come home and she was spending the day with her dad. Okay. Now it's not a friend. And two, as someone mentioned, when someone is allergic, they look out for stuff they eat. The pasta was smelling extremely like bad shrimp smell. I would never want to hurt my sister, so relax. It was an accident. One last edit to save everyone because y'all are being crazy, but I accept what you say. My sister wasn't home that day at all. My mom saw me cooking and didn't care. In my country, it's very cold and it really wouldn't harm the food. Plus, I was outside for 1 hour, so no, it wouldn't harm the food or me. I love shrimp, that's why I ate all of the shrimp and left only some pasta for later. I left it on the counter table. It smelled like shrimp. She didn't need to move it or touch it. It wasn't getting in the way of anyone. I write in caps because people read half of everything I wrote. Thanks.
I feel bad for this girl. I listened to the whole thing, and you're definitely not the asshole.
I was like, why did you just leave it on the counter? That's not food safe, but you know.
Apparently it's cold. I like how she already knew the answer when she wrote this.
She's definitely not the asshole.
So it's just kind of crazy because, like, isn't this pretty clear sign that the problem is that your family's eating your food, not the problem that you eating food that they're not allowed to have?
Yeah, like, as long as it's not like she is allergic by smell of it, like, you're definitely not the asshole.
Yeah.
Like, she has to, like, eat something that either touch shrimp or is shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're not the asshole. You would think that she would, like, smell it or be like, oh, who made it? Especially if she knows that you eat shrimp. Like, she knows that you love shrimp. If she knows that you sometimes you cook shrimp for yourself, like, she should definitely be like, oh, who made this? Oh, it's her. Okay, I'm probably not going to eat it just in case.
Yeah.
Like,
How about don't eat it in case anyway?
I know. I agree. I hate when people eat each other's food. It pisses me off. Oh my gosh. When I grew up and I had leftovers and I was thinking, dang, tomorrow I'm going to eat those leftovers. It's the whole point. I saved half of my food from that restaurant because I want some leftovers. And then someone else ate them. That's fucked up. You should not be touching people's food.
No. You don't know if it's allergic, number one. You don't know if they wanted it. There's a legendary argument in my family. I wasn't even born yet. But my oldest sister, got up in the morning, poured herself a bowl of cereal, filled all the milk in, went to grab a spoon, and my oldest brother took it and started eating it. In that short amount of time. It's a legendary fight, apparently. And they still
Are
talk about
you
it.
kidding
They still talk
me?
about it to this day.
That is so messed up. That would piss me off.
Hmm.
What the fuck?
I find it so funny, though.
Why did he do that? What was his argument?
I think he thought she was being nice for him.
She didn't grab 2 bowls.
I
The
don't know.
fuck?
I don't know.
Did he ask
No.
for her to make it for her?
No. No.
Whatever?
No. No.
No.
And that's so silly.
Yeah, it was always like if someone's food was missing, then we would all blame on the middle child in my family. But I think it usually was him. And then he claimed that he was sleep eating. Like he would get up and sleepwalk
Is
and
that
eat.
a thing?
I don't think so. Honestly, no, I don't believe in that. It's probably he's up till 3 a.m. in the morning and he's hungry and he don't want to make anything and he just eats somebody else's food.
I get that, though.
No!
But I will make stuff.
Also, you eat other people's food. I don't want to hear it.
I will make, though. I'm not lazy. I
You
also
will
won't
eat
blame it
other
on
people's
sleep
food. You'll
eating.
eat the last thing.
I usually don't. But sometimes I do.
You'll like, when we were living with your parents, you'll like start eating their stuff and I'm like, how do you know that you're allowed to have that? And he's like, ooh.
Well, if I had an allergy, I would not fucking do that. So.
Yeah. But you shouldn't do it anyways.
Yeah, that's the point. Is that
Obviously, the OP is mad that this was a thing in their house anyways.
Yeah.
Like she's annoyed that people just eat each other's things.
Yeah. She shouldn't be in trouble.
I feel like unless, obviously, like there's different things. Like let's say you have dinner and your mom made dinner and there's a bunch of chicken, a bunch of this, a bunch of that, and then there's some leftover of that. And there's a lot, and like there's like multiple leftover chicken, you take a little bit, and that's fine because it was for everybody,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If there's only one piece of whatever, then you ask,
Mm-hmm.
oh, can I have it? Even though it was made for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Then, if just your sibling, or let's say your mom made herself lunch and there was a little extra, you ask, can I have it? Or your sibling or anybody else. If it's leftover from a restaurant, I would.
Yeah. No. I don't do that. I don't mess around with that.
And like Wawa, like the amount of times that my leftover Wawa was eaten, depressing.
Just surprising because your leftover Wawa always looks gross.
It is gross.
But still.
It's gross to have leftover Wawa because the bread gets soggy. That's why I don't do the vinegar and oil and stuff.
Oh, well, I guess you usually box it, so.
Yeah, you're not the asshole here. People should not be eating other people's food. If you didn't make it, then don't fucking touch it without asking.
Simple.
And then, especially
Yeah, if you're going to die from it.
especially if you're allergic to
Oh
something.
my gosh.
And especially if it was from a restaurant. But
Yeah.
she made pasta. You don't know what was in that pasta. You could probably smell the shrimp. Especially if you're allergic to it.
Yeah.
Your nose probably detects that shit way faster than a normal person.
Yeah.
And you didn't ask.
It
So
probably smells
it's not
mad
your
good,
fault.
and you know you can't have it. So you probably feel
The
that.
only thing that OP could have done is either put it away because then nobody would have seen it as fast. You would think if you want to save it, you would probably put it away and sneak and like write your name all over
Yeah.
it. That's what I did when I was a kid. Or when I was living with my family, I would write my name on all of the things that were mine. Like,
And you did that when we were living with my family, too. And my family would literally go, you can have some of my food, and I'm not going to write my name on it. Like, passive-aggressive. So annoying.
no, man, I'm not rich enough to be doing all that.
I know.
The only thing that OP could have done is put it away and put her name on it, / put on it and say, like allergy shrimp,
Yeah.
you know? But
Yeah.
yeah. Someone said, not the asshole. At 34 years old, it's her responsibility alone to ensure anything she eats is safe. And
Wow.
what the fuck? Can she not smell the shrimp odor left
Yeah.
behind in the pasta?
She's 34?
The sister is. OP is 20 and her sister's 34.
This is so immature.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Someone said, not the asshole. Sorry, but your sis and mom are idiots for just letting her eat food that she hasn't cooked herself or asked about. Every kid who has an allergy is taught to always ask what is in the food and check labels. Every parent teaches their kids to never just eat something without checking. No, you're not the asshole. This is 100% on your sister just eating some random food and not checking first. With 3 people in the house who cook different foods, you should never be eating someone else's food. If I were you, I'd move out. But until then, I'd push back against this.
Yeah.
And then someone said, everyone sucks here. You know your family eats each other's dishes. You know your sister is extremely allergic. It would have been no work to leave a note on the plate saying has shrimp. On the other hand, your mom is too quick to blame you as the sole reason for your sister's hospitalization.
Yeah, this is not everyone sucks here. Sorry, it's just not.
I will say, I definitely kind of get that. Like, I feel like if, even though, like, okay, people in my family would sometimes eat each other's food, but it was always like, you're the bad person for eating that person's food, right? So, but even then, like, if someone had an allergy, like, if I was, like, made something with peanuts, I would label it has peanuts, even if I'm like, I should be the only one eating this.
She also
Just
thought
in
she
case,
wasn't gonna be
especially
home.
since sometimes smelling it or touching it could cause an allergic reaction.
Yeah. Also, she wasn't home.
Her mom did see her cooking it, so
Mom just doesn't want to blame herself.
yeah. Someone said like she could have had an allergic reaction just from moving the plate, and I'm like, if that's true, like I agree, like she should have left a note, but I don't know if her allergic.
She ate it.
No, I'm saying that I don't know if her allergy is that severe where just smelling it or touching it would cause an allergic reaction.
I
Not
don't
every
think so.
allergy is like that.
I don't think so. She covered it.
But, I mean, I would have maybe have done that. Like, I myself probably would have done that. Or I would have put it in the fridge where it's, like, less likely to probably be eaten. But, like, at the same time, I feel like also it being left out, I don't know. It totally depends on how your family does things. Like,
I know.
if your family, like, when someone makes dinner, they'll, like, make a plate and then, like, leave it because they know the person's going to come home soon. Like, if your family's kind of like that, well, they'll, like, save a plate for somebody. Then it's like, she could have thought that it was for her. You know? But if your family is more like everybody cooks for themselves or whatever, but like she could have thought that your mom made dinner and then she saved the plate for her. If your family had like does that kind of thing, so it totally depends on the dynamic there. So you're maybe the asshole.
I still say no.
I would say like if her mom was there when she ate it. Then she could have been like, oh, did you make this? And she'd be like, no, your sister did. And she eats it anyways. And it's like, there's a few different options here, I will say. But I mostly say you're not the asshole.